Hello and welcome. A few years ago, a friend of mine lost a bunch of weight, got in the best shape of his life. I was like, dude, how'd you do it? He said, I set up my weights right next to my bed. I set up my lifestyle so that it was easier for me to achieve my goals than it was to avoid achieving my goals. So in that line of thinking, I started to realize that a lot of the things that I might want to achieve, they require so much setup. It's like, it's almost a pain in the butt. If you got to borrow your parents' laptop or iPad, or you've got to borrow some device, or you've got to do a bunch of prep work and set up a bunch of equipment in order to record videos for YouTube, for instance, or to even work on your paintings or your drawings, well, then that just makes it one more obstacle that's in the way of you achieving your goals. So in that light, I want to present a brief tour of just my workspace, nothing too fancy. It's not quite on par with PewDiePie's $2 billion studio tour, but it's cozy and it works for me. And I thought that maybe there were things that maybe I had in my setup that might help you to create a more efficient workspace as well. If you're a musician, it's like, yeah, you want to just walk in, punch a couple of buttons, you got your lights, you got your recording equipment, you got the software already lit up, it's ready to go, and bing bang it a boom, you got something recorded. You don't have to spend 30 minutes preparing to record 5 minutes of audio, you know? And that's the same psychology I'm bringing to doing artwork for indie games and doing tutorials and workshops like what you see in my Gumroad videos. And so hopefully there's something maybe in here in my setup that might help you with making your workspace a little bit more efficient as well. So anyway, with that said, let's dig into the Office Tour 2022. It's been a little while since I've done one of these. So yeah, let's check it out. Well, probably the first thing you're gonna notice is a distinct sort of lack of clutter. I don't like to have tons and tons of bookshelves covered in books and things like that. Things are fairly sparse for the most part, and it's only what I need is within essential reach. I also found that I like to have my desk facing the openness of the room so that I don't feel like I'm just staring at a wall all day. And it also gives me a easy access to moving my camera around if I need my camera behind me or alongside me. The desk itself is entirely custom. I bought the top from Ashley Furniture, but I couldn't stand the height of the thing. So I put some extendable robo legs up on this thing and screwed them in, bolted them in underneath. So this doubles as a standing desk as well. But how often do I really use that? It's actually probably a lot less frequently than you might think. It's a rat's nest under there, and cable management can be a nightmare. So I tethered up this, well, I call it a wire hammock. I don't know what it's called. And I got a power strip bolted up under there. So there's just one huge wire coming out from under the desk. And I got a USB hub. So I just plug in one thing to my laptop when I plug it into my desktop space. All right, getting back to the desktop space. You'll notice a few items from a company called GroveMade, including the GroveMade Mat, the GroveMade Notepad, the GroveMade iPhone stand with the charging stand so that I can have podcasts running off that thing all day, and the GroveMade laptop stand. Basically, combined with the Apple keyboard and trackpad, this allows me to use my MacBook as if it's a desktop if I export the video to the XP Pen display. And yes, the arm that I have that display on does allow me to extend that out so that I can use my XP Pen as a screen that I can draw on. Now, I used to have a bunch of lights and stands and all kinds of stuff for the camera equipment because I'm a YouTuber. It needs to be easy. I need to be able to just walk up, flip on a couple of lights and switches, and I'm already recording. So I really put some thought into optimizing this situation and tried a bunch of different setups. The camera I'm using is a Lumix G series, which I thought was really high quality for the price. I've attached it to one of these swivel arms that extends out, and I've used magnets to hold this portable light on. The swivel on here also allows you to hang the camera vertically over your desk. So if I'm doing something where I'm drawing and I need a camera top down, I got that. Now, if you're doing art and you're trying to record that, you can't have your camera arm attached to your desk. So this has to be on its own wheels. This cart is from IKEA, and I kind of just throw game controllers and whatever I need in there. That's sort of my junk pile. I even have a wire bin under there, and it's on wheels so I can move it wherever I need it in the room. So my camera is on wheels, basically. Quick note, the plants are fake. I can't keep regular real plants alive. It's one of my great failures in life. It took me 8 years to grow 4 oranges in my backyard. And I live in Orange County. It should be easier than this. So I've optimized my workspace down so that essentially I can just come in, sit down, start drawing, and hit record on a couple of buttons. And for the most part, it's pretty straightforward, and it usually works pretty efficiently. Between Gumroad and YouTube, I have to record 3 or 4 videos a week, so it's gotta be efficient. All right, a few other things that I got around here. I got my Akihiko Yoshida poster for inspiration. You saw my Yoji Shinkawa poster from Metal Gear. This is my cork board, nothing fancy or special here, but found that it was really useful for keeping projects on track when I was doing contract work with a lot of artists. This is, of course, my Black Blizzard sword from 2012. The heyday, one would say, of Blizzard Entertainment's history, where I was the concept artist on Wrath of the Lich King, Burning Crusade, and Diablo 3. Over here we have my first big success. Creed was the first comic I ever had a success with when I was 16 years old. And next down here we have Twilight Monk, Secrets of Kung Fulio, my first novel in the Twilight Monk series, but not the last. Oh, did you know that Return of the Ancients is out? That's right, it's in paperback and you can get it over on Amazon. Those are must read if you're eager to play the game because they're prequels to the story of the game. Of course, that's my steelbook for Elden Ring, and down here is my Metal Gear Shrine. Dun, 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 dun. Like nothing inspires me like Metal Gear inspires me to make games. And of course I got my Oculus down here, playing a little bit of Half-Life Alyx when I get a chance. Also Resident Evil 4, really good in VR. With my bookshelf, I try to just keep 3 books out at a time, aside from the ones that I'm working on. Of course I have my 100,000 YouTube subs plaque right there, silver placard. These are the books that are influencing my work the most right now, and these are some of my most recent releases. If you don't have that art book for Twilight Monk, that's a must-have too. I don't like to have too many art books out at once or video games out at once. It's kind of just what's on my mind and what I'm most excited about or enthusiastic about or inspired by. But here's a quick glimpse at the inside of my ottoman where I just kind of keep all of my art books concealed. So there you have it. That's my workspace anyway. And dare I say, it might very well be the most optimized, efficient artist on YouTube workspace available online. If you have a better one or you have found a better workspace than that, I challenge you, bro. Send it to me. I want to see it. Also, maybe I get some ideas. Anyway, so that's it for me on this video. This is just a bonus extra video for me this week. I will be back with some art videos here on Friday, as I always am. And of course, Friday and sometimes more. This is that sometimes more. That's happening right now. That's what this is. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, get your notifications, and dudes, I'll see you in the next video. All right, ciao.